I hope you're having a blessed morning, noon, evening, night, whenever it is that you decide to click on this video to hear what I have to say. But I just could not sleep. My AWS is supposed to be in the bed because I have work tonight, but it has just been on my mind. I want to do this reading about Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez and this engagement to see what is really going on here. Now, the past reading that I did see that there was possibility that they could have some sort of marriage, right? But I got a lot of flack from that because, you know, people have their own opinions about Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck because of their past. But we're really not talking about their past, and we're really not talking about our personal opinions, right? We are talking about what the cards got to say and what's really going on. So I just kind of want to see what's the energy surrounding their engagement. That was a nice ring, by the way. But I just kind of want to just see what the energy is really surrounding it, and then maybe we can like go from there if more depth is needed. But Spirit, show me what lies at the center or the heart of this engagement between Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. Spirit, what lies at the heart or the center of this engagement between Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez? I swear to God. So what I was like really thinking about this, I was taking a deep breath before I kind of like started. I see Jennifer Lopez like taking a deep breath, okay? And it's not really like a woosah, but it's almost like a meditation like breath. But then at the same time, I see Ben Affleck like stuffing his face with food. I don't know. That is really weird. I don't know why I'm getting that. It could be the fact that he may be like, that could be a sign of like stress eating or like feeling pressured, okay? But that could be like a sign of stress, that he's feeling a little bit stressed. Or, you know what I mean? Like with Jennifer Lopez and her being in a meditative state, she could be at peace with this process, you know, of them being engaged and, you know, being on the pathway to possible marriage. But let's see. I'm going to go with this one. All right, so we have the Eight of Swords. So what lies at the heart of this engagement is coming out of a place of feeling stuck, okay? Because if you look at these two cards, it is a man and a woman, okay? It is a man and a woman, and they're walking around in like muddy, watery area, right? And they look a little sad, like it's kind of gloomy. There's dark sky with some clouds. They have gray clothing. Like these are two people who are trying to come out of a place of darkness and sadness, okay? And this is their mental space. All right, so the heart of this engagement is for the both of them to be able to release themselves from some sort of sadness, okay, or some sort of thought of being stuck in one's life, okay? And it looks like it's almost like a never-ending story. It seems like they have the habit of repeating themselves, and almost like getting nowhere, okay? It's like they find themselves, and this is individual, right? So this is like they find themselves individually walking in circles in their life, okay, and not really getting anywhere. Like that's what I'm getting, because the card is in reverse, okay? So Eight of Swords in reverse, this talks about releasing yourself from some sort of mental prison, okay? So in their mind, they feel like they're in a mental prison that they cannot, or they are trying to get themselves out of. So that is like the basis of this engagement, okay? These are two people who are in, I want to say it could be, you can call it a sunken place, a sad place, a place of like stagnation, okay? A place where there's no growth or doing the same thing over and over again. All right, so now I want to see what surrounds this engagement. What is surrounding this engagement between Ben Affleck and Jennifer. Oh my God. Between Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. I was going to say something else. Show me what's surrounding this relationship between. I'm sorry. Get it together. Tell me or show me what's surrounding this engagement between Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. You know what? The reason why I feel like I keep repeating myself is the fact that they're trying to get it right. Okay, they're trying to get it right. They're trying to get their lives right. They're trying to get whatever it is that they haven't been able to perfect right. So this could definitely be relationships from the past. They feel like they have effed up in these relationships from the past. They may be having like these habitual patterns in their relationship or habitual patterns in their life that they feel like they want to try to correct by getting engaged, okay, or by trying to go down this process of being married. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and then the Prince of Pentacles. Okay, so this is the energy that we have that's surrounding this engagement, okay? And at the heart of it, this is what they are trying to get out of. So right next to it, you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I feel like they're trying to turn the wheel in their favor. Okay, they're trying to turn their life in a different direction. Okay, this is the basis of them trying to get engaged, is that it almost feels like it's not necessarily nothing to do with the actual engagement or relationship or marriage in itself. It feels like this has to do with them trying to get shit right in their life, okay? And they feel like getting engaged, this is going to be a perfect opportunity for them to be able to fix this, okay? Then the next one you have on the opposite side is the Seven of Swords, okay? Seven of Swords, I feel like this is a possibly like running away from problems, okay? Because the Seven of Swords can talk about being sneaky, but to me, what I'm feeling like this is running away from problems, okay? But it's like, even though you try to run away from these problems, okay, there's still shit left behind, okay, that you haven't dealt with. So even if you take these actions to move forward, there's still going to be lingering evidence of the past that's going to be surrounding this relationship and surrounding this engagement, okay? But it's the symbolism of the engagement. That is what is the big deal here, okay? That is the purpose of this. It's the symbolism, okay? Then you have the Queen of Swords. And it's crazy because we have this male and female contrast. And then in the middle, this Eight of Swords, which is also a male and female, okay? So, Queen of Swords. This is going to definitely talk about Jennifer Lopez, okay? And I feel like if you really take a look at this card, and I'll show you guys, this is usually the Queen of Swords upright talks about someone who has some sort of boundaries. And I feel like, because if you look, there's a couple there, right? I feel like she doesn't have boundaries when it comes to her relationships, okay? There's something about, there's a lack of boundaries. There's a lack of speaking up for oneself, okay? There's a lack of standing up for oneself. And I feel like in her relationships, she kind of lets people run all over her for the sake of being in a relationship. Okay, I feel like this is her problem, and this is a hard truth that I feel like she needs to recognize, because that's what's going to help her free this never-ending cycle of unsuccessful relationships. And that's what I feel like this Eight of Swords is representing when it comes to Jennifer Lopez and this engagement. And crazy enough, isn't her ring, I think, like some sort of like green or something like that? I just feel like there's just this lack of speaking up for oneself. It's this lack of having boundaries, and you're just allowing people to walk over all over you just for the sake of having some sort of a relationship with someone or having it to be successful. Okay. And just not speaking one's truth, and not owning that. That's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. All right, then we have this Prince of Pentacles, okay? This Prince of Pentacles, I want to say this is like the Page of Pentacles when we are dealing with the regular Rider-Waite tarot deck. This Page of Pentacles represents somebody who is really kind of immature, right? But they have this goal in mind, because Pentacles to me talks about being grounded and kind of being steady, but moving really, really, really slowly. Okay, and this is the kind of like the energy that I picked up in the original reading that I did. But instead it was a Knight of Pentacles, okay? But I just feel like Ben Affleck is really in this immature energy that he wants to be something that he's not necessarily not to say that he's not that, but I feel like he's trying to have some sort of stability that he doesn't necessarily really have, okay? So these is two people trying to fill some shoes that they don't really have at this point in time. There is a lack of them having these things, and this engagement is to them is what is going to symbolize them trying to turn these patterns around. But in actuality, you know, having relationships is not what makes a difference, right? It's like working on oneself that makes a difference when it comes to these types of things. All right, so that's like the whole center of this situation, okay? I kind of want to see, let's start off with Jennifer Lopez. I want to see her intentions behind, you know, really getting into this relationship and getting into this engagement. So Jennifer Lopez, what are your intentions getting engaged with Ben Affleck? What are Jennifer Lopez's intentions as far as getting engaged to Ben Affleck? Let's see what we have here. So we have the Princess of Swords. I'm telling you guys. Then we have the Temperance card. I'm telling y'all. Okay, listen. So, and then we have the Four of Swords. Let's pull that out here. And then we also have the Four of Cups. And then let's just pull this out, this Judgment card. All right, so this Princess of Swords, this is what I'm saying. This is someone who lacks some sort of knowledge of self. This is someone who lacks to have firm boundaries when it comes to other people and allowing other people in her life, okay? And I feel like with this relationship with Ben Affleck, she sees this as some sort of opportunity to get shit right, okay, in her life. All right, and I feel like this is almost like a brand new day or some sort of fresh start for her. This is what she's seeing in her mind. She has like this opportunity to have some sort of balance in her life, okay, emotionally. And because if you really look at it, these two pictures, in the background, you guys see those clouds with the sun peeking out of it? This is like, if there was a rainbow in these pictures, that would totally like complete the thought that I have in my mind when it comes to this. It just seems like this is like a brand new day after the storm, okay? So like there was a storm and then now the sun is coming out. Like that's the kind of energy that this is giving me, okay? So this is giving her a brand new start to really get shit right in her life. All right? But the problem is that because of the lack of boundaries, not only the lack of boundaries that she should uphold people to have towards her, but it's her lack of boundaries as far as the self. Okay, and when I'm looking at this Temperance card, to me it's like she pours um a lot of herself into these relationships, and then when they don't work out she wonders why. It's because she wasn't necessarily giving to herself. And it's like making, when you make yourself a lot more available than necessary. I feel like she gives too much to these relationships, to the point where she puts people on pedestals and then they walk all over her. Like, that's what I'm getting out of this. And I just feel like she wants some sort of stability and some sort of peace, okay? Because you have this Four of Swords. Four of Swords could talk about like being at rest, taking a break, or being at peace, okay? I feel like she's been through a lot in her life. She's been on like a really long journey. And I feel like she's really ready to stop, okay? She's stopped like she doesn't want to continue to see these mirages. Like when you're in the desert and it's really hot and you're thirsty as hell, but when you look out and you think you see like a body of water, but when you keep walking, you realize that there's nothing there. I feel like she really is like, you know what? This engagement, this relationship with me and Ben Affleck is my actual body of water. This is not a mirage. This is the real thing. Okay, so this is like what she's feeling, especially with this Four of Cups here. All right, she is really wanting to have some sort of solid foundation, especially when it comes to her emotions and the way that she thinks. Okay, she can possibly have some sort of erratic thinking to where she feels like she needs to have this like steady foundation in her life. Okay, she may feel like her life is just in disarray, like her thoughts, her emotions, they could be all over the place. And I feel like she's like one of those serial dater people, okay, that they need to feel whole and complete inside of a relationship, and that's a problem because she does not know how to have some sort of foundation by herself or being independent. Okay, that's the issue with her. And she uses this as a basis, okay, to make judgments. All right, and that's the problem, because you can't make judgments about being in a relationship that way, because it's not necessarily going to work. You want to be in a relationship because you want to be with that other person. All right, so what is Ben Affleck's intentions surrounding this engagement with Jennifer Lopez? Okay, we have the Nine of Wands. I feel like Ben Affleck is really looking at this as if it's a challenge, because the Nine of Wands can talk about somebody who's been through a whole lot, right? But they still have one more wand in their hand, and they still have one more fight within them. I feel like this is his last resort sort of situation, okay? I feel like this is his last resort, and I feel like he wants to try to give love one more chance type situation. Like that's really what I feel like is going on here. But there's a part of him though. There's a part of him that he has blocked off, like unable to access. You see that line that's in the back? I feel like there's a part of him that's blocked off, unable to access, okay? And he is really guarded, heavily guarded to some degree, okay? So a lot of these things that they're going through at the moment can be superficial, okay? I'm not saying the whole thing is superficial, but I'm just getting down to like the root of situations when it comes to certain things. But yeah, I just think that he this is like his last resort, okay? But he's not being completely forthcoming. You know, it's part of him that he has like locked away. And I guess, you know, it's like one of those, like, you don't get to see someone's true colors until you're like 6 months into something. You know what I mean? And then people start really showing their true side. This is kind of what I'm getting here. It's like showing a certain side, you know, before the real you comes out again. Like, that's just kind of what I'm getting from this, okay? Okay. But whatever the case may be, he wants to move forward. Then you have this Three of Pentacles in reverse. It's really weird. This Three of Wands and Three of Pentacles are like conflicting energy to me, because Three of Pentacles talks about people being able to work together, but the Three of Wands talks about being able to move forward, or making a decision to move forward in your journey. Okay, so I feel like there is a lack of them to be able to work together, but the passion kind of overrides, you know, the depth of the problems in their relationship. Okay, so the passion as of right now is something that supersedes what's really going on there. Yeah, there's the truth. Ace of Swords, the fucking truth. This is the truth. The truth is that the passion that they currently feel is superseding their inability to work certain things out, okay? And that is important, because when creating a foundation, you need to be working towards like fixing the kinks in your relationship before you make a big step as like getting into a marriage. This keeps coming up, this Two of Wands, okay? I feel like there's some sort of Ben Affleck that's not feeling that confident to a degree, okay? And this is really weird, because I feel like there's a lot of energy in his spread that's very conflicting, and that's concerning to me, because you have the Two of Wands, right? And that needs to be upright, because the Two of Wands talks about, you know, leaving things behind and moving forward with an idea or a passion that you have, okay? And you being very firm in that. But the fact that it's in reverse is concerning to me. I feel like Ben Affleck may at some point get like cold feet or something like that. But I feel like the passion in this that's currently going on overrides anything else, okay, that can possibly need fixing. You have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, because, okay. All right, so you see this Six of Pentacles and this Three of Wands. They almost kind of look similar, this male and female energy, okay? I just feel like there's some false sense of things like being like 100% together with them, even though there's some pieces that are missing. Because Ben Affleck has not necessarily got over the bullshit that's in his past either. Okay, he just acts like he has, but he really hasn't. He acts like things are like a-okay, but they're really not. And he's almost like pretending. He's almost like pretending. I don't know. There's a real problem when it comes to this engagement that I'm not really like happy about, because I feel like they have issues that they need to talk about and really work on individually before they really attempt to come together like in this nature. What's going to be the outcome of this engagement between Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez? What's going to be the outcome of this relationship between Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez? Okay, you got the Ace of Swords again. You got the Three of Swords. You got the Temperance card. You have the Five of Wands. You have the Devil card in reverse. And you have the High Priestess in reverse. Okay, you know, this is troublesome to me, okay? Because I feel like some truth is going to come out and it's going to cause some sort of conflict, okay? There is going to be words that is going to be said, and I feel like it's going to hurt someone's feelings. Because usually for me, the Three of Swords that is in reverse, that talks about words that hurt, or conversations that are being had that hurt, that some truth is going to come out, okay, between them, and there's going to be some hurtful words, all right, and it's going to cause some conflict. Especially with this Devil card in reverse, I just feel like usually to me that's removing yourself from a trauma bond or a dead end relationship or something that just doesn't serve you. I just don't like the Devil card here that's in reverse, especially with the High Priestess. There is like some secrets here as well. Like, people are not necessarily being truthful about how they feel, all right? And I feel like eventually it's going to come out, and the way it's going to come out, it's going to be in a way to where somebody's going to get their feelings hurt. All right, so this says guarantee, okay? And this card was in reverse. And I like to leave these cards in the deck because I feel like they have some sort of meaning, okay? So it came in reverse. It says guarantee. Should a manufacturing defect be found in this deck before it has been extensively used, we will be glad to replace it. Return the major arcanas and a defective card to blah, 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 blah. Okay, the fact that this is in reverse, I do not like that there's no guarantee here. That provides some issue to me. Like, it just does. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm going to leave that here. Things change. Things change. You know what I mean? They could possibly evolve throughout this engagement. But this is like the basis of and the reasons surrounding why they decided to get engaged and the possible outcome. But I will talk to y'all later.